Dr. Isha Khurana Vashisht. I am Director and Head IVF at Apollo Fertility, MOTI, NAGAR, New Delhi. I come from a doctor family, so it will be a wrong question. Everybody was working. But for the past, say around 2.5 months, we have just been doing emergencies. We cannot deny our patients. A lot of things we've handled on phone. Earlier we were not doing that. But it's basically whatever was required, we've been coming to the hospital for whatever is required. Now, since lockdown has opened, we will internet more patients because patients are simple. We can understand that. But yeah, from family point of view, because all of us are doctors, all of us to work. Where a problem comes is that who takes care of the kids, in the house or the elderly. There's not been real resistance because this is how they've been seeing us since they have seen the way we've grown or whatever you want to call it. But yes, there's been fear. Less on their regard, more on our regard. We have been worried that they don't get infected. Because my kids don't get infected, my in-laws don't get infected. Why? Because of the fact that we know what we are carrying with us. So it's not their support, they've been very supportive. But it is our fear that when we come to the hospital and we are exposed to people, we don't know whether they have corona. Sometimes we have to emergency do a delivery case or maybe whatever. We have to care about the patient also so that the patient doesn't get exposed to other things. And we have to care that we don't carry it back to the house. So that is where there's a fear factor which is there rather than the support, which I would say is questioned. I think the mindset in India needs to change. We are just not, we always have a very good idea of putting the blame on doctors or maybe police or maybe government. But what we forget as individuals is we as a community are not doing enough. I had patients who have come corona positive. They came out to be corona positive. They were in touch with us. But still it is difficult for their own relatives to understand the need to stay at home. Now still there is a bit of awareness because the disease have become rampant. But what we need to do as a community is, suppose even if government opens the lockdown, why do you have to go unnecessarily? You need not go to walks, you need not go to, walk in your home, I can understand. Please protect yourself. You cannot put everything on the government or the doctor fraternity. They have also got their limits. I will tell you what, as we've had few patients who had contacted the nodal officer that we have become positive. They got ASHA workers sticking stickers and everything. But then they themselves want government to do everything. Government has given you so much information, has told you, at least you as responsible individuals should at least follow some part of it. So that is where the community needs to understand you cannot shrink away from what your own responsibility is. I understand we are a poor country, I understand we have low on health infrastructure. Everybody right now is working to their maximum, to whatever they can go. Even for that matter, the police is trying to secure that some kind of discipline is maintained. But we as individuals we have to follow it. The day all Delhiites think that okay, we will at least follow the basic social distancing, you will not have a rampant disease or you may not have a serious disease basically. If you don't do it and you still be careless and you want to take it casually, I know it is trying, for everyone it is trying. Financially also, socially also, nobody is gaining out of it, nobody. But the thing is that you can't help it. We are where the whole world is at the same state. We've had difficult times in explaining to patients that this is corona, take it seriously. I would not really recall any funny incidents because we've had minimum only necessary interactions with things. But yes, there's been times when we had a tough time explaining to patients that be serious about the disease. Sit at home, which is very difficult. Even in patients who have fever, sometimes it's very difficult to explain to patients who have had fever to get them tested. They don't want to get tested because they don't want to be corona and they don't want to get isolated. That is where I'm telling you, you have to have a change of mindset. Even if you have the disease, try and understand. I hope things should go well, but you have to protect others around you. So this has been very frustrating as a medico that to explain to people that please follow this, do the proper thing. See, medicines are not everything. This disease, there is no medicine. But the thing is, what you do personally, take care of your own self and your family, which is very important and people don't really listen to that. What is the one thing I would seriously hope people have a change in mindset. Seriously. I would really hope that after this maybe we learn some civic sense. Frankly, you can see you must have more experience than I have with people running to liquor shops and everything. At least we as individuals, even if we learn one thing from Corona, is to have some self-discipline. I think we would have achieved something out of the disease. Personally, I really want to move without a mask than this whole thing that we have to keep wearing all the time.